I wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I push my mind to a limit where it needs to be. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss, see. I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python, grab what I like real fast. Choke until I have everything I attack, everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see, matter of fact.
How's it going, guys? Welcome back on another live stream today. It's Emmanuel, known as Evlog, coming to you live. And it is time for us to check out the next episode, the latest episode on My Hero Academia, the final season, episode 4 of 163 on My Hero Academia. Now, based on the events that went on the previous episode, I got to say that the maker, the writer, the creator of My Hero Academia, or let me say especially the person who is voicing Bakugo right now, I believe that he is a fan of wrestling. And not just any fan of wrestling, he is a fan of The Rock. Because the only thing else left for Bakugo to now say is, "You fruity pebbles." The only thing left for Bakugo to say is, "Know your role and shut your mouth." The only thing left for us to hear Bakugo say is, "The jabroni beating, pie eating, trailer blazing, eyebrow raising, movie star, can't stop till you get enough. The final boss." The only thing left for Bakugo to now say is, "If you smell what Bakugo is cooking." Alright, guys, without further ado, let's check out the next episode and see what took place. Let's get it. Oh, yes. We will get to know a little bit more of All for One. In inside that woman's womb are two babies, one huge and the other one small. Oh my goodness. Oh man. You could see the woman has these spikes sticking out of her, right? Drunk as hell. Doesn't need anybody's help. Doesn't want anyone's help. Now, it was made clear in the preview that on this upcoming episode, we're going to get to know about All for One, his beginning, his upcoming, what led him in the path that he's on. From the first scene that we just witnessed, you could see that Something there is something ominous brewing right inside that woman's womb. You know, there are twins in there. One big, eating all the food, absorbing all the mother's energy more than the little one. That's crazy. Out of the dark steps out a child, an orphan. Damn. The baby was arrogant from birth, of course. So this was nothing about what led him to his path. This was all for one since he was conceived. He took from people with malice. That must be his twin brother. Ooh. This started from birth. This wasn't even that something pushed him to the path he belonged to or he started going in. This is from birth. Even not even from birth, from the womb, inside the womb. All for one started his treachery from the womb. No, why would he want to read something like that? Oh, he actually obliged. He was actually reading it. I thought he was gonna say, "Get out of here with that nonsense. I'm not gonna read it." This is 3 years after. Yo. A word we're just so from the get-go, this guy was an a-hole. It wasn't that he was born into something. He was an asshole from the get-go. From the womb, he was an a-hole. Damn, man. So he gave his brother quirk, or did he stole something from his? Because anything All for One does is only for him and for him alone, nothing else. Oh, okay. He gave him a power. Yo. So his brother tries to run away. He kills him without any remorse. Of course. He's upset. Man, we're back. We're back. Oh, he's evolving again. He's getting upset. I can't afford to keep fighting and shrinking my body. His body continues to shrink. He continues to. He's unsure of what he wants to do at this point. He wants to transfer right into Tomoda before it's too late. He's transforming. Only factor unleash. Oh, he's massing a huge amount of energy. Since Bakugo doesn't let him through, he's forcing his way through. But it's a gamble that he's doing. What he's doing could cause him to turn into a baby. Ooh, he's massing a huge amount of power. Ooh. He immense a huge amount of power to force his way through. Look at how big he is. He's almost looking like a titan at this point. He almost looks like a titan. Bakugo stopped him without moving an inch. Move aside. Background character. Holy shit. Stoy! Ooh! Stoy! Bakugo is a beast right now. It's taking a lot out of him still, but Oh my goodness. Bakugo is not letting in. He is going forward with all of this. All the quirk he spoke, all the quirk he stole has gathered to mock him. Ooh! He grabbed him. Grabbed him. Is Bakugo about to end all for one for the count? Is he about to end all for one for the count? He's about to do it, yo. This is our story. EK! Yo! Yo! He is still wheeling himself up all for one. He wants to get to Tomura right now like there's no tomorrow. He's crawling now. Look at him. It is so interesting that the only person standing in his way is Bakugo. Don't pass out now, Bakugo. He's gonna absorb you. He's gonna absorb you. Don't pass out. You better hold on. You better get up, man. Don't pass out, yo. What's up? Ooh. But that's savage, yo. That's savage. The stolen factors going back to their owners. Oh, okay, so. Ooh, did he do this, guys? Did Bakugo just did this in front of millions of fans? My goodness. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, knowing how much terror All for One has cost all this time to see almost a nobody at the time, a side character, you know, to see that Bakugo is the one to take him down for the count. It is unheard of. I wasn't expecting this. Never when I was on season 4, season 5, season 6, that I foresee Bakugo taking All for One all by himself. I did not envision this in any way, shape, or form. But then again, we didn't see what really happened to All for One. I know he turned into something. I'm not sure. We're not sure what he currently is at this point. Maybe a sperm? Is he a sperm now? Or what? Like, I don't know. I guess we'll find out on the preview. Is stolen by Shigaraki? Go beyond. Yo, did he just say that Shigaraki started stealing people's quirk now? I mean, you could say that got to be the desire, the destitute of one for all inside him that is activated or that is doing that at this point. But let's go back to this preview. And now the preview says All for One has disappeared. Okay, he has disappeared. So at this point, All for One is no more. It doesn't necessarily mean that he's totally gone from existence. Because at this point, I do understand how resilient All for One really is. All right, we do understand his resiliency, how tough and durable he is. This man will keep, even as a sperm, I bet you this man will still keep fighting, right? When he was in his womb, he was taking life force from his baby brother and from his own mother. He took so much life force out of his brother that when his brother was born, his brother was crippled at first. Like, this man is resilience. Now, All for One has disappeared. But in the midst of furious fighting with Shigaraki, something horrible happens. Something horrible is about to happen on the next episode. One for all, or rather, one of the quirks belonging to a former wielder is stolen by Shigaraki. So Shigaraki is going to be the next All for One at this point. You can say courtesy of One for All, a part of him that still resides inside Shigaraki. And as long as there is still a part of One for All residing in Shigaraki, One for All is still at large. He's still not totally defeated. Because the only thing that needs to happen if he's a sperm fighting is to make contact with Shigaraki. That's all he needs. And this whole fiasco is going to start all over again. And you see Shigaraki walking like as if he's One for All. Like this. Next time, history's greatest villain. Now, they are putting a lot on this. They are putting a lot on the next episode. History's greatest villain. Now, I have done a video, and I have it on Frieza. Frieza, the greatest villain of all time. And I've done a video on Frieza, a deep dive into Frieza's malice. So if they're going to call this the history's greatest villain, that's kind of, well, we're going to see what Shigaraki is going to do on the next episode, because if he's going to be called history's greatest villain, they're putting a lot on that. Fight for your life, Izuku Midoriya. So Izuku Midoriya is going to be in such a tug war of his life against Shigaraki. You know, he's going to be a tug of go beyond. Now, guys, this is awesome, man. This is great. This is great. Before previously, I thought that whatever is happening, that something must have lured All For One to the path that he is in, and whatever that pushed him into it must be so strong that ain't no way, and I mean no way, he will turn back at this. Something must have done it. But now we find out that this whole thing started from the point he was in his womb. From the point he was in his womb, he had conscience. And he had his power from the get-go. This is not something that you would say, his mother took something or whatever. They started from the womb. He had his power from the womb. When he woke up, he opened his eyes inside the womb of his mother. He knew what he was doing. Even before he opened his eyes inside the womb of his mother, his resiliency knew what he wants. He was consuming whatever the mother is putting in and leaving but a little to his baby brother. That he grew so big, he is twice, almost 3 times the size of his baby brother, right? He was 3 times the size of his baby brother. Do you guys know what I'm saying? And when he opened his eyes, that was when, he went out of the womb. He has gotten everything the mother has to offer at this point. He wants out. And as you can see, the mother had them where the mother was sitting. There was a flood going on. And his resilience kept the mother alive long enough to feed off of her as much as he could. Right? As much as he could. He was feeding so much out of his mother that the mother died from all of that. The mother had no chance. And you guys saw how he treated his brother. He treated his brother pretty bad. Pretty bad, man. Now, let's, like from the get-go, man, he is a sadist. Literally a sadist. It could look at his eyes. You could tell, man, this child is up to no good. From the womb, he was up to no good from the womb. It's not that something pushed him into it. It's not that he saw someone he loved died like most villains, right? It's not like this is from the womb. He was born to be a thorn on everybody's ass. He was born to be bad. And there's no coming back to it. There's no escaping it. Kind of looks like a little bit of Gara there. And look at, and he killed all these people. He killed all of them and took their life force right into his. From baby, he was feeding off of his mother. The baby is so arrogant. Let's go back 10 seconds right there. It was a meta power he stole from his mother. Look at his eyes. That baby was arrogant from birth. He was arrogant. Look at the size. You don't make this shit up. Look at the poor mother lying there, almost lifeless, right? Almost lifeless. And look at his baby brother. Although as malicious as he is, he still managed to save his baby brother, because he could have killed his baby brother. He could have demised his baby brother if he wanted to. But for some particular reason, he kept his brother alive. Either to mock him, either for him to be, I guess, inside his mind, he still needs a family. But up until the brother tried to get away from him, then he killed him. Yeah, it's almost like he wants his younger brother to be there to feel good for himself, or to have somebody close that will not betray him or whatever. Look at the size of this fucker. He is 4 times the size of his baby brother. Look at that. Look at his ass. And as you can see, as much as he's the worst baby of all time, as he's feeding from the mother, he held the hand of his baby brother. I guess somehow he still cares about his baby brother, because he could have killed him. He could have killed him from the womb. You know that? This idiot, or this a-hole, could have ended his baby brother from the womb, but he kept him alive. Because you can literally see the baby brother does not have the energy to save his behind, right? So he made sure, as he's getting nutrients from the mother, he is also giving some life force, some energy to his baby brother, which I can say that's a little bit of kindness. I think that's probably the only kindness we have seen All For One do that is really genuine. Like really, really genuine. Like I'm sure there has been areas he may have done something previously, but this is an act of small kindness he had. Everything around him belonged to him. Everything around this guy belonged to him and nobody else. Getting from the mother, feeding himself first, and passing some energy to his baby brother. This is insane. But at the same time, he shows an act of kindness. And anyone who wouldn't look his way or give him anything despite his bowling. Okay? Look at him. Triggered his suspicions. You see? I guess, like I said before, he kept his baby brother alive because he knows that his baby brother will not dare to go against him. The moment his brother went against him, he demised him. The moment his brother went against him, he demised him. He kept him alive because he knows he's the only one he could trust. Look at him. That's a sinister look, man. That is a sinister look. That is a kid that is up to no good and will never be up to a good. Up to no good. Look at him. Look at that eyes. Now tell me, guys, if you're walking up, or if you're passing, somehow, you went to the hospital to see either your wife, if you're married, your wife or your kid or your mom or your brother or any of your family member or friend, and you're passing the hospital and there's a door open, and inside that room you see a baby, feeding like that, and when you stop for a second to look at that baby and the baby raises his eyes and looks at you that way, that will stun you. Will be stunned. You will be, look at the eyes. You can tell that this child is up to no good. Ain't no way this child is born to do something malicious. This child is born to do something horrendous. Look at that eyes. That eyes is up to no good, man. Oh boy. And as he grow older, he hones his skill, and look at him sucking the life out of everybody around him, just killing them. When he's done, he just look at him. He just is. And his baby brother threw a can at him and says, don't hurt them. Like, why are you like this? As the older brother had stolen nearly all the nourishments from their mother. As the older brother had stolen nearly all the nourishments from their mother. Okay? The younger brother was very small and frail. That's because All for One wasn't just stealing from the mother. When he was in the womb, he also stole nourishment from his baby brother. Because of the nourishment he absorbed all for himself and gave a little to his brother, is what made his brother cripple, right? Had a hard time walking by himself, and he kicked his younger brother. The younger brother didn't have anything to give to the older brother. What the hell are you talking? I guess you could say in his mind that's how he sees it. That's how he felt about it. That's how he sees it. That's how he. But as he belonged, the older brother never considered parting with the younger brother. Look at, he just dragged him away. As confrontation intensifies between the normals and the meta-humans. And you can see the younger brother reading these magazines and looking at these heroes and admiring them. And from there, he learned, oh, damn, I can go at these heroes and kill them too. I can take their quirks for myself. Right? He sees something. And from this magazine, you can see it's a battle between good and evil. Right? The baby brother admired heroes a lot. Right? And at first, I thought he's going to say, get out of here with that magazine. I don't care about that. But he actually read. He read the magazine with his brother, not with the same intent as his brother. He wanted to believe that hand he vaguely recalled was his brother's kindness. The baby brother was thinking that that hand he held him was his act of kindness towards his baby brother. He read the same magazine the baby brother read, but not with the same intent as the baby brother. He read it, and he took more of the villain's side of that magazine and saw the difference. Why the villain had everybody attention more than the hero. The villain, people feared the villain and subjugated themselves to the villain and wouldn't dare to go against the villain. The people liked the hero, but at the same time, the hero was never seen as something to be afraid of. He wanted people to be afraid of him. He wanted people to be, and then 3 years later, the brother again, reading his magazine, getting inspiration, and here comes All for One coming in. Interesting. Yep. Yep. Wasn't it written in those comic books? Those are nice words. The hero fights alone, hiding his true identity. When the villain, but everyone submits to the villain demon lord out of fear. The same way that you do. A world where everyone exists just for me. This is a personification of an a-hole. Look at him with a grin, with a smile on his face. He's enjoying everything he's doing. He's having a good time. He's having the best time of his life at this point. You know, he's having the best time of his life. Anyways, um, let me go to the chat here real quick. See what you guys are saying. In regards to my All right, I got a sub. Thanks, buddy. Annoyed the Boar. Thanks for the sub. Much appreciated. So, who is taking the biggest W today? Bakugo. Yes, cold-heartedly, Bakugo did take the W today. He literally took the fight to all for one and actually won. Okay, he took the fight and won. If you could have any quirk from My Hero Academia, which one and why? Any answers on that aspect? Peak episode. Yep, peak episode indeed. Peak episode indeed. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me in this reaction. Feel free to check out my versus battles. I have 2 versus battle coming this coming week. Check them out. And if you want to know what's happening, what's coming up next, if you want to be up to date before everybody else, join the membership channel, and that way you can be able to know what is coming, be in the discussion on the versus battles and all that good stuff. I still post in the community tab and want to get your perspective, but the perspective actually starts from the membership side of things. I know we're very small right now, but in the near future, I'm sure that it will grow. And yeah, thank you guys for joining me. I will be live streaming later on today, or early noon today, or mid noon today, with I'm gonna be gaming Ninja Gaiden. I'm still on the first phase of it, so keep on keeping on. See you in the next video.